we've got to understand when we're out in the field, because of those doubts and things that we were talking about, every time you're interacting with a customer, it's a chance to get them one step further in the process, right? Not everyone in this industry is going to be a one-stop close. I know in our minds we look at it and we go, this is a no-brainer. Why would someone not do this? Well, they're not in solar every day. They're not talking about it, thinking about it constantly and learning about the innovations and the things that are happening. And they can sometimes think themselves out of it, right? It looks awesome. Sometimes people don't want to do it because it looks too good to be true, okay? That is a big thing. That is true. That is a real thing. You need to do a better job of breaking down the fact that nothing is ever free, right? That's like the biggest issue I see with customers, is they just not understanding how this is going to happen to them. How are you going to give me something so awesome that's just going to save me money? It's not going to cost me a single thing. It's something that I can't live without the rest of my life. This is just too fucking good to be true. Well, when you break it down, you go, listen, nothing in life is free. I'm going to tell you that right now. That's all bullshit. It's gimmicky stuff. We don't do that. It's not free, right? Let me just show you where the money is coming from so you understand. And then you just do a breakdown of where the funds are coming from, who is benefiting from solar besides themselves. Because they already know you're telling them they benefit. You need to now make them understand who else is benefiting. Sometimes that bridges the gap, right? It'll bridge the gap. And they'll understand, like, okay, by you going solar, the money is coming from the initial money. The reason you're not putting any money down is Uncle Sam is telling us he's going to give us 26/30%. The money that is going to go down as your down payment is basically an IOU from the government. We know that money is coming to you in some sense of a tax credit or tax relief if you're 1099 or this, that, and the other, right? Because of that, the finance company is giving you a temporary credit for 18 months, which is alleviating your need to put money down today. But it is an IOU that within the first 18 months, based on your tax situation, you have to decide what you're going to do with those funds. If you're going to keep those credits for yourself, if you're going to use them towards your solar, but the money is coming from the government. So the finance company that is doing this for you, they're getting paid. It's not free. The money's there. Now within that 18 months, on month 19, it's either going to go up or stay the same with what you do with your tax incentive. So that's where the money's coming from. Now let me bridge the gap of why Rhode Island Energy wants you to actually go solar. Because again, their distribution networks, they have a loss of power, they have this, that, and the other. If they can generate power here locally, they're going to get more of that product at a cheaper cost so they can redistribute that power to other peoples in this environment and make more money on that local power than they would on the traditional. This is why Rhode Island Energy wants you to go solar, because they will make more money on you producing power for them than the power plants producing power for them, where they have to go to auction and fight against every other power source in the country. Do we know that?
Yes.
Do we know that they auction off power? That's how power is distributed across the country right now. The power plants go to an auction and literally bid for power. Right? So the transfer companies literally bid for power from the from the generation companies. That's how it happens. So when you start to connect the dots for them of understanding how it's not actually free, where the money is coming from, and the fact that it's not just them benefiting, that it's the power company benefiting, because they start to go, wow, it's not too good to be true. This makes sense because other people are benefiting from it, not just me. I just happen to be the guy in the middle that's benefiting from it as well. That's what I do for my customers. I make them understand that you just want to be this guy in the middle that just happens to make out of this situation. That's really what this is. This is the powers that be that have controlled the world for a long time with electric and the government and all of that, just going, you know what? We can get the average Joe in the middle to just help us out there. And you can either get involved and be the average Joe that takes the benefit while they make their money, while the government helps you go no money out of pocket. And you see how that information would help someone that's confused understand why it's not too good to be true? That's how you can take your pitch to the next level and bridge that gap for a customer and make them understand where it's coming from, right? So make sure that we're doing that as well. That's just something that I wanted to make sure that you guys are aware of. We can convolute things for people all the time. Even the thing that I was just explaining to you guys, right? That's for a customer, again, that's for a very specific customer at the end that is not a one-sit close. Maybe they're thinking it's too good to be true. That's specific. That's a specific customer. What I'm talking about with Jose is the 80% of the customers that really just know nothing. If you keep it really simple and connect some basic dots for them of how it works and why they're saving money, it usually makes sense for people.